Hi everyone, my name is Joanne Robertson. My spirit name is Red Star, and I'm Bald Eagle Clan. I've worn many hats in my life, but for the past few years, I've been dedicating my life to water work. I'm the author and illustrator of The Water Walker, Nebes Water, and Shirley, to be released in February of 2026. The Water Walker is about my friend and teacher, Josephine Baumann-Dahmen. Her friendship has inspired me to spot for 45 water walks, with more in the planning stages. You may be wondering what a water walk is exactly, but I'll begin by telling you what it's not. It's not a protest, activist action, or social event. It's not a competition, or for exercise, or a performance piece. It's not for those with romanticized ideas about Indigenous people and solely there to get a photo with the walkers. It's an Anishinaabe ceremony born from the Medewan Medicine Lodge. The walkers make offerings for the water, sing, and thank the water. Water walker Sharon Day has said, "Walking, you look at the world in a different way than driving. Every step is a prayer." The water walks began as an answer to a question that was posed by Grand Chief Eddie Benton Benet in the year 2000. He shared a prophecy saying, "In 30 years' time, if we continue with our negligence, water is going to cost as much as gold. What are you going to do about it?" Josephine Baumann-Dahmen and her sister Malvina, along with a few other women, got together and decided to walk for the water, hoping to bring attention back to the water. In her journal, Josephine wrote there were 4 of them, along with 1 Eagle Staff carrier, that set out. This is Lake Superior. In 2003, this was the first lake that Grandma Josephine and the Mother Earth Water Walkers walked around. 20 years later, Sharon Day and the Nibby Walkers would repeat that walk in honor of Grandma Josephine and this great lake. The Mother Earth Water Walkers walked around all the Great Lakes and along the St. Lawrence River. These walks happened every spring, starting in 2003 until 2009. It was a great sacrifice to walk with and for the water. They left their families, their pets, the comfort of their own beds for days, weeks, and sometimes months. They never knew what each day would bring. They sent out scouts ahead of them, trusting their Sema that their needs would be met. They did it for future generations because they were taught to think 7 generations into the future. And they didn't just walk for their families. They walked for your families too. They walked for all the trees and plants, flyers, crawlers, the four-leggeds, and swimmers. They remembered our 4 laws: respect, 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 respect. In 2011, I stepped forward to help out, and I've been helping out ever since. That year, we had 4 pails of water moving, all at the same time, in different time zones across Turtle Island. For the water and water walkers' safety, I introduced spot GPS units to the copper water vessels that year. We are taught Sema, or sacred tobacco, always comes first. We offer it when we are petitioning or praying, or when we are giving thanks, or it's offered when we are asking something of another. We are instructed to do this every day, not just during water walks. During water walks, Sema is offered to every body of water they meet, also to the animals that come to greet them. Nebe, or water, is alive and has a spirit. We say, who is that water, not what is that water. Do you know the body of water you live near as well as you know a family member? Do you know her in all seasons? Do you know what threatens her safety? How often do you visit her? The stronger the relationship you have with someone, the more you will do to protect that life. Respect, reciprocity, and responsibility are the things that will grow our relationship with water. To help us make that shift, we should stop using words like our water, implying ownership. Resource and commodity are words that imply she's for sale. After we pollute the water, in some cases, we can boil it to make it safer for us humans. But a fish or a whale or medicines growing along the shore can't boil the water. Some of the water that we and the trees and the birds drink is the same water that dinosaurs drank. Nibe has memory, it hears us, and it holds all our stories. The women have always carried water, carried life. We are all born of water. Water is our first medicine. That is why it's Anishinaabe women's role to care for the water, because we understand that, like the earth, we are life givers. Grandma Josephine Bauman Dahlman walked on in February of 2019, but she left many footsteps for us to follow in. When she began walking, there were 5. During her last cross-country walk in 2017, there were over 1,000 people participating. Her actions were recognized by the water spirits, and their love and understanding rippled out over Turtle Island, reminding many of their responsibility to be better relatives. You never know what impact your actions will have. Josephine was an Indian residential school survivor, and now 2 elementary schools in Ontario are named after her. The Water Walker book was also published in her own language, Anishinaabemowin, the language she wasn't allowed to speak at residential school. And last year, in 2024, Canada Post released a postage stamp honoring her. She may not be with us physically anymore, but her legacy lives on. Her work is remembered, and it continues to inspire. She was a strong Anishinaabe Kwe, a mother, a grandmother, and she walked her talk. One of my favorite quotes from Josephine Bau was this one: "We are not related by blood, but we are all related by water. So water is very precious for us." To close, I want to ask you the question that Grand Chief Eddie Bob Benton asked the crowd that was gathered in 2000, and the question that Grandma Josephine continued to ask: what are you going to do about it? We all have unique gifts and skills that we can bring to our work for and with the water. Let's do all we can to be good ancestors. Miigwech for your good listening today.